Welcome back, guys. Today we're reacting to the Fear EP by NF. Many of you might know I'm a big NF fan. I have several videos about NF throughout my channel. I think my biggest short form content video is actually NF related. So some of you may have found me or subscribed through that. I don't know. But I've been a big fan for quite some time, actually, since before his massive blow up with Let You Down. So I'm really proud of the guy, and he's come a long way, and kind of, pisses me off a little bit how many people just call him corny and everything. I think he's a very well-rounded artist and rapper. Whatever, dude. People just love to hate, I guess. So anyway, I'm sure this is going to be huge into the lore of NF and how everything is unfolded in his life and everything, with literally being titled Fear kind of says it all. This is going to be just my reaction, so I'm not really going to dive into the whole backstory of that unless something is said that I am able to connect and everything. I'll do that, but I'm not going to have a massive breakdown here right now or anything. This is just my first time listening to this little record. So yeah, let's get into it. First track, title track, Fear.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hello. Interesting.
Knocking at my door again, begging me to come outside, let you back into my life. Now, usually I'd be strong enough to lock the doors and keep them shut, but not today. I'm desperate. So go ahead and come on in. So go ahead and come on in. So go ahead and come on in. OCD is worse than ever, hands are bleeding. Maybe I should take the pills down. Know what's going.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop right there for a second and take it in, because we're talking about Fear as a person, which is something NF does, which is really cool. He has these different versions of himself that embody these type of emotions, and it's a very well done lore throughout all of it. If you haven't listened to the original records of that Mansion and everything, yeah, then you're really missing out on something cool. But that aside, soundscape wise, this is epic. This is really cool and out of character for NF. It's very acoustic sounding, which is really nice. I think that's a really interesting sound and not what I was expecting. I think that's the biggest takeaway, is looking at this cover, knowing what I know about NF. I was just really expecting the super dark and cinematic, rapidy darkness, I guess. I don't know how to explain what's missing here from NF, but it's not bad by any means. I think this acoustic sound is really cool with him, and it's something I feel like he's maybe dabbled on a little bit, but not something he usually goes to. It's not his normal go-to sound. So it's always cool to hear him doing something a little bit different. It also kind of reminded me of, I think it was Running, maybe? No, Gone from, and maybe Running a little bit. Maybe just the Hope record in general. I feel like it's so far kind of reminding me of that a little bit. So anyway, we'll carry on.
OCD is worse than ever, hands are bleeding. Maybe I should take the pills down. Know what's going on with me. Some days I actually think I might be schizo. Frantic, probably not, but even writing this is making me begin to spiral. Oh God. Made a promise to myself I wouldn't let the fear back in, but then I did though. Told the world that I was sick of running, then went back to running. What a joke. Disappointed, yeah, me too. I thought I finally made a breakthrough. Guess not. It's the same song and dance, you all seen it before. Darkness holds out its hand, then we walk to the floor. Every decision made, is it mine anymore? Like a puppet with strings, I just don't have a choice. What's the truth, what's a lie? Help me God, help me Lord. Face your fears, dry your eyes, grandma died. What's the point? Lost the keys, lost my hope, lost my will, lost my joy, lost a friend, lost my hope, lost my faith, lost my voice.
Did he say voice or boys? Does he have two boys? Or does he have a... I don't know.
Standing back, watching my mansion burn to ash while I hold the gas can, asking God if He started this fire. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Make all my hopes and my dreams come to life just to lay them to rest. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Give me a false sense of peace just to show me what peace really is. Is this what you wanted? On the verge, on the edge. Is this what you wanted? Petrified, scared to death. Is this what you wanted? Praying to God, desperate. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Hanging on by a thread. Is this what you wanted? Empty heart, nothing left. Is this what you wanted? Breaking down, spiraling. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? My head is just what you wanted. To ash. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted? Is this what you wanted? The gas. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Started. Is this what you wanted? What you wanted?
It's still very cinematic. I guess that was the wrong word to say earlier. It's still very cinematic. And that one starts out with some acoustics like that too. Like that's really interesting. Like that decision, whether it's continued through the rest of this EP or not, or just these first couple tracks, or maybe it's just going to be for the first few seconds there at home. But I don't know. But it's interesting. It's a very interesting sound, and like I said, I really don't know how to articulate what's missing from this. Like there's, it's very cinematic sounding still. Like maybe it's just because it felt a little more bare bones and acoustic like that, but I think it sounded great. I think it sounded very deep and personal. I think that was really an interesting song. Like I said, it really was not what I was expecting. Thinking of the word fear and previous developments of that area, like it seemed like we got a little bit of the lore there, but it also felt more of like a introspective thought experiment, I guess, like of him. Maybe not experiment is the right word either, but you know what I mean. Like it's more of him exercising his thoughts on fear rather than developing this direct lore, I suppose. Maybe I'll be able to pick more out of it as far as furthering the lore upon another listen, but it did seem just a little bit more introspective in that, right? So interesting. This is really interesting. I feel like I would have gone for like some kind of lighter looking cover just based off of that sound. I feel like I would have gone for something a little less dark. Like it felt very uplifting in regards to fear and everything. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I liked it though. It was very beautiful. I think NF has a great singing voice, and he obviously is just a good artist. Like he creates this little world inside one song. I feel like, and it's easy to kind of get lost in it because you have so many layers of everything, and it's great, dude. I'm curious. Yeah, no Tommy Prophet. Maybe that's what's missing. Maybe that's what I can't articulate. That's missing is There was no Tommy Prophet on that track. So, or that track, or that track. Bro, is Tommy Prophet not on this whole record? I don't know. That's got to be like a hasn't updated kind of thing or something. There's no way Tommy Prophet didn't touch this record. I That's wild. Maybe that's what's missing here is there's no Tommy Prophet. Very interesting. I don't know, man. All right, let's check out Home. Next track.
Crying alone on the ride home, driving, just got to text you, died. This doesn't feel real to me. Trying, keep my mind off it, but I can't think about anything else. It's killing me slowly. What's life without you? I don't wanna know. Goodbye, I'm not ready to say so. I'll just act like you're here, call your phone. Oh, leave a voicemail and then text you to call me back later. It's fine, no need to rush, it's alright. I'll stop by tomorrow to say hi. We could play cards until midnight. This ain't the end, you're not gone. You just found a new place to call home. 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 Comes and goes, hits and waves. One day I'll be okay, then the next I'm a mess. Walking down memory lane, reminiscing. Feels like it was just yesterday we were kids, running round in your yard out on M61. All the memories we made in that house growing up. God, I miss it, would give anything just to be there again. What's life without you? I don't wanna know. Yeah. Goodbye, I'm not ready to say so. I'll just act like you're here, call your phone. Oh, leave a voicemail and then text you to call me back later. It's fine, no need to rush, it's alright. I'll stop by tomorrow to say hi. Act like you're here, call your phone. Oh, leave a voicemail and then text you to call me back later. It's fine. No need to rush, it's alright.
Damn. That was really sad. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember, rather. Someone in this family had recently passed away, like earlier this year, maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly. It might have been like grandma. I want to say grandma. I don't remember for sure though. But regardless, that I think that's what that was about. If I had to guess, I don't know. Maybe you guys will be able to fill me in there. You NF fans that find your way to my video, that'd be great. Because that was very sweet. It was a very heartfelt track, and I feel like it reminded me of something. But I don't know. I did enjoy it though. I might have liked Fear more than it, to be honest with you, but I could see more people liking Home over Fear. Like I can see how I am the weird one for preferring Fear over Home. Although there's probably many of you that would agree with me. So it's fun like that. But yeah, first two tracks very, emotional and heartfelt, not very rapidy or braggadocious, not very fast paced or amped. It was, the antithesis of those things. So interesting sound that we're getting, and I like it. It's very cool. I think the one thing I would change is the album cover, because it just doesn't fit this acoustic sound. And maybe that was to throw everybody off. Maybe that was the point. I don't know. Maybe don't judge a book by its cover is the whole point. I'm just kidding. But track 3, Who I Was with MGK, I'm excited for this one. I'm a huge Eminem fan, like probably more so than NF, to be honest. And during that Rap Devil beef, everything, like, I certainly wasn't on MGK's side by any means, but not long after that was kind of settled down, I found myself not only avoiding disliking MGK just because of it, but also like defending him. Like, there's a lot about MGK that I like. I think he's a pretty good artist. I think he has some downfalls in some areas that don't help him as an artist, but for the most part, he makes some pretty good music, and I don't mind him as a artist and stuff. So yeah, and my personal MGK recommendation is Beauty, the song called Beauty from the MGK Trippie Red EP that came out last year, 2023 or 2024, one or the other. I don't remember exactly, but underrated EP, especially that song specifically. So if you know MGK or you're here for MGK, please go check that song out if you don't know it, because fucking banger, dude. But with this acoustic sound going on and the way MGK and NF both can kind of get in this melodic bag, I'm certain this is going to be pretty cool. So let's check it out. Track 3.
Turn my vocal up and then just let it run. I'm stuck in traffic, trying to find my way to a home that I've never known on a GPS with no address, so I'll follow my heart, but my heart is scattered like my father's ashes in the back of the rental after I drop his urn. Probably a metaphor for everything I've learned, like how the only love I'll have is gonna crash and burn, or how the poorest I felt was after the most I've earned. The biggest lie told is that no one should be concerned. There's gotta be another highway that don't lead to hell, a star to lead me through the darkest night like Christian Bale. I hid from God for more than 2 decades of life, and when I came back to the light, he didn't ask me if I'm Christian still, just opened up his arms and embraced me like I'm his son, erasing all the archetypes of what people like me become. Since I was young, my personality split like serpent's tongue, but all the poison in my body still ain't make me numb. I lost a best friend and felt all that, crying on his open casket while I knelt on that. I had a best man picked out for my wedding, but instead of getting married, I carried guilt and left all that. A vagabond that broke a bond for Boca Raton, who all along regretted he never kept all that. I left everything behind but this engagement ring and a frozen heart. I'm standing in the fire to melt all that, yeah.
That was nice, dude. That wasn't bad at all.
I care about love.
That was strange.
Nothing left of who I thought I was. I was.
Okay. I think that was a skip on my part. I gotta play that back. Maybe not. What the fuck?
Yeah. Last show, need to take a breath and calm down. Try to regulate, don't know how. Wasn't taught that in my house. Kids on my own, I step back. Look at those smiles and feel sad. Hope they don't wind up like that. Stuck in this loop like I am. I called you, never heard back. After everything we've been through, the good and the bad, you bout to throw it all away and overreact. Because I overreacted, karma, I guess. My temper gets the best of me, a part of me that I wish I knew how to get rid of. It's the issue I had. My MO, say I need you and I love you to death, then turn around and go and treat you like you nothing but trash. I know I messed that part up with. I know.
Interesting.
I know. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I lash out, need to take a breath and calm down. Try to regulate, don't know how. Wasn't taught that in my house. Kids on my own, I step back. Look at those smiles and feel sad. Hope they don't wind up like that. Stuck in this loop like I am.
Damn. That was brilliant, dude. The production choices were very strange, and it might take a little bit to grow on to me, maybe, but I feel like all of that was sick. MGK definitely started out nice, and I think this little like talking thing they're doing, where they're like almost narrating their verse or sections here, is very interesting. I think it's very cool. It almost adds this layer of like of humanity to the song. I don't know. I think that was very neat, though. I like that a lot. And out the gates with MGK, I think is an interesting decision, and it really made me kind of double down on my first recommendation there with Beauty, because it was very reminiscent of that, or at least very similar, being in that same bag. And NF killed it by the end of it too. I think that was very cool. I really like the part where he speaks up and he's like, "Yeah, I think I messed that up," and then just continues. Like, I think that's a really cool addition to the song. That's way cool, man. Yeah, that was the shortest track here out of the 6. So the first 2 are the longest. It's interesting. They're all around 3 minutes after that. But yeah, Give Me a Reason. I'm interested to hear this one, and I think this is the one that had like snippets rolling around, and I did my best to avoid actually hearing them. I think I might have heard one here or there, but I don't remember it, so I really kept myself away from getting any sort of like snippet syndrome or anything, because I know that exact recipe has ruined songs that get released. So I don't like it. I'd rather just hear the song as it is when it comes out. So, but yeah, Give Me a Reason. Let's see what it is. Maybe not acoustic? Or does that count for the keys?
Yeah, enough with the love, I need to be hated again. I need somebody to wake up the beast and really get under my skin. I need somebody to push me, tell me that I ain't no good with the pen. I need somebody to poke and pry and really get into my head. I need somebody to laugh, tell me I'm trash, tell me I might as well quit. I need somebody to grab the blade in my back, stab and give it a twist. I need somebody to smash, break on my plaques, tell me I shouldn't exist. I need somebody to ask why you even rap, you never be one of the ay. I need somebody to brag and show me the cash and tell me you'll never be rich. I need somebody with stats and numbers and facts, tell me I ain't got no hits. I need somebody who's whack and ain't got no class, tell me I'm not in they list. I need somebody to act like I'm in the past so I can remind them I'm here. I need somebody to give me a reason. Whoa, give me a reason. Hey, give me a reason. Whoa, yeah, give me a reason. I've forgot what that struggle like. I forgot what that hustle like. I forgot what that humble like. I forgot what that. I ain't forget about nothing to keep it 100. I'm honestly bored. I wanna feel like I felt when nobody was following me and I had no awards. I wanna get better hearing them call me. You wanna be shady, you ain't got no voice. I want the people that promise they'd always be with me to leave me and walk out the door. I want the fans to quit buying the ticket to tell me they don't wanna see me on tour. I want the label to drop me and tell me it's over, the music ain't making no noise. I want the critics to call me a gimmick and tell me they thought I was better before. I wanna hear you keep talking the way that you talking when no one's around to record. I wanna story. I wanna hear about how you ain't feeling the music and why it ain't better than yours. Tell me some more. I wanna hear about. I wanna talk about. I wanna hear that. I need some money. Yeah, give me a reason. Whoa, give me a reason. Hey, give me a reason. Whoa, give me a reason. I forgot what that struggle like. I forgot what that hustle like. I forgot what that humble like. I forgot what that.
So that was obviously out of the pocket that we were in previously to that. You know, the first three tracks are very soft and acoustic and, you know, a very specific niche sound almost. Like maybe Who I Was a little more sporadic than that. But Give Me a Reason is a massive, massive outlier in comparison to those first three tracks. And I like it as a song for sure. Like, I think it was very well done. I think the production was cool. The beat was cool. NF, you know, always spitting some facts, dude. I think it's cool. I like the song, but again, out of pocket, man. I think it's just weird, especially when you have an EP. I feel like, and for NF at this point in his career, and it being Fear and everything, like I feel like this should have been one of the most cohesive body of works that he's ever done, and that really tipped the scale there. I feel like that was just out there for, you know, what he was going for here. I don't know. But like I said, it's not bad though. It's not a bad song on its own as it is start to finish. It's very, very good, in fact. So, W for that. Absolutely. But, you know, what would I have personally put it on this EP? Probably not. I probably wouldn't have let it be on this. I feel like I would have, you know, having these songs here with this very specific sound that I'm sure we're about to get again with James Arthur here. Like, it just doesn't seem to make sense in the context of the record. So, I will say that. And again, I'm a huge NF fan, guys, but I'm not just a Schmeat writer. I'm not gonna just praise everything everyone does all the time. So, yeah, that's what I'll say. That's a one. I guess the second, I guess you could say, negative thought that I have about the record is the album cover should be like lighter. I think it should convey the soundscape a little better. Maybe that's just my opinion. So it's a stupid thing to gripe about, but I think Give Me a Reason here certainly doesn't quite fit the soundscape. So, yeah, I don't know. That's all right. Still a great song. I'll still come back to it for sure. Absolutely. But it just kind of, I feel like it's going to stand out like a sore thumb here. We'll see. But yeah, track 5, Sorry, with James Arthur. I'm actually not super well informed with James Arthur. I do know his big hit is Say You Won't Let Go, I think. I don't know. Good song, though. I think it's very beautiful, and I think he has a good voice. So we'll see what the two of them can come up with together. Track 5, Sorry.
I crossed the line and broken oath. would never let you go. Blamed you for things that weren't your fault. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I wish that I'd have held you close and given you what you deserve. But that's what everybody says when it's too late to fix a bridge that's burned. That's burned. I've been waiting by the phone, just praying that you call me up to say you wish you would've stayed and never said goodbye to us. I'm not looking for a fight, baby, I just wanna talk to you and say I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been the truth, I broke your trust. Treated you like you weren't enough. Said I'd be there, but never was. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I wish that I had held you close and given you what you deserve. But that's what everybody says when it's too late to fix a bridge that's burned. That's burned.
I've been waiting by the phone, just praying that you call me up to say you wish you would've stayed and never said goodbye to us. I'm not looking for a fight, baby, I just wanna talk to you and say I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Jeez, man.
Say I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Say I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I like that one, like, a lot. I feel like that's like the type of song that you hear and it's like it feels like it should have always been a song, you know? Like it just feels right. Like it just feels like it should have been made. Like they needed to do that. So that's how I feel about that. I don't know. I really don't know where that's coming from, but that's seriously like the best explanation I have for that. But I really like that one. Like that's among my favorites at the 5 there that I've heard. So if not my favorite, I don't know. Maybe between the MGK and James Arthur one there, which is weird because I really fucking like NF like so much more than both of those guys. But those collaboration tracks were very well done, both of them. So fuck yeah. That's awesome. James Arthur has a very cool voice, dude. I think the little like layer he does there, where I don't know, I like that. That was really nice. Track 6 though, the last track, Washed Up. This is one it's like the first hint that I got of this EP was he did wash with an E, without the D there. And he like tweeted that or like replied to somebody or something. And yeah, I think that was like one of the first hints that I caught wind of this EP happening. So curious what that's all about and where the significance comes from. So yeah, Washed Up. Let's get it.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if I lost the hunger. Where's that kid I used to be when I was on the come up? Where's that drive I used to have before I had the numbers? Where's that take me as I am? I ain't gonna be no puppet. Where's that tell it like it is, don't let the label hush you? Where's that yeah, I know I'm rich, but we gon' keep the budget? Where's that I don't really care about the radio? If they don't like the song, then don't play it, I ain't changing nothing. Yeah, where's that person at? You see him, tell him I've been hurting bad. You see him, tell him that I miss the way we used to rap. And I ain't making music anymore if he don't care enough to have my back. Yeah, dropping trash. Wouldn't say that I've been doing that, but I'll be lying through my teeth if I said I don't think my moment passed. Yeah, I think my moment passed. Am I
Damn.
on the brink of something great? Or have I lost it? Am I on the verge of making waves? Or am I washed up? The small rooms, the intimacy, no feeling like it. Those old shoes, nostalgic, I put my feet inside them. The Lord knew I needed this to survive the violence. The raw truth, I'm nothing without the Father's guidance. Who are you? The question that built this whole empire. Your old news, a statement that makes me think retire. The game's new, so eventually we all have to climb it. One wrong move and career is dying. Yeah, can I revive it? Did that check the label gave me make me uninspired? Am I ignorant to think that I still got the fire? Am I hanging on to something I should say goodbye to? Yeah, has my time expired? Did my prime already pass or am I about to find it? Did my peak already happen or am I still climbing? Is that passion that I had gone or am I on the brink of something great? Or have I lost it? Am I on the verge of making waves? Or am I washed up?
It's just sick, dude. The whole instrumental is sick. Damn, dude. This was crazy. Okay, washed up before I talk about the whole record. I think it was very good. I think it might be actually my favorite track, to be completely honest. And that might be pretty firm. Like, it was really good. I like the energy. I really like the kind of slow pace with the aggressiveness. Like, it was very NF, like, in spirit and as a whole, like, it's very NF to its core. So I think that was very cool. I think it also kind of pulled Give Me a Reason back into this realm of fitting the record a little bit better, because Washed Up definitely had elements of both. Maybe if he made it a little longer and just added like another track or two that was a little more braggadocious, like Give Me a Reason like that, or a little more aggressive at least, then it would be a little more kind of cohesive and having this back and forth between aggression and softness, and ending on this washed up track that kind of comes together with both sides. But that's all right. I think as a whole the record is pretty good. I think there's nothing bad. Like, there's no bad tracks here. None of them were even really disappointing. I think the most disappointing thing is that Give Me a Reason doesn't fit the soundscape nearly as much as the others, but that's not that big of a fucking deal. So, with that being said, every track individually is very well done. The point of the record, I feel like, was really cool. I think that the idea of fear kind of is a little different this time around. Like, you have like fear of, I mean, I guess it's not necessarily different, but he's older and things are different in his life. So his fears kind of come to life in different ways. Like, he's talking about his career, and it's almost interesting that he has one song talking about not wanting the fame, but then another song talking about, is my fame, has it reached its peak, basically. Like, am I on the brink of something amazing, or has that already happened and I'm just kind of coming down from it? So I think that's interesting to have both kind of perspectives of that, and how that pertains to fear is very cool. Like, obviously it's bothering him, like, to some degree, or both degrees, or whatever it may be. It's there. You know, I think it's a cool aspect to have included, for sure. It almost felt like breaking the fourth wall for a second there when he was saying, like, I already had my moment. Like, it's like, damn, you kind of did. Like, with Let You Down, the song was massive, and who's to say he will ever have a song nearly that big? So who's to say he won't? Like, he obviously very well could. Like, many people have done that. They look at, like, The Weeknd, for example. He, had several songs that went pretty big before, and then 2020 comes around, and Blinding Lights is the most streamed song on Spotify with over 5 billion plays. Like, it can be done. Like, it could definitely be done. So I'm excited to see what happens from here. I guess my hope for what happens here, no pun intended there, with hope. That was funny. Not really. Is that we get a Fear LP. We get a Fear full album, or like deluxe, or however he wants to word it. And with maybe these same 6 tracks, but then give us a handful more. Make it a full length album, and uh, kind of weave it together to be a little more cohesive, and sound, and massive. And put those bangers on there, dude. Put those Let You Downs and The Search, and songs like that, not literally put those songs, but types of songs to really really push the popularity of it. If that's what you want, if you don't want to be the washed up guy or whatever, I think that'd be the best play. No, I I don't know. I don't know. It's just an idea, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you that have watched to this point, or even clicked on the video. For that sake, I appreciate it. Like I said before, other NF content on my channel, I think I did Arguing with Anthony was probably the main one that I have on here. I think I might have like a NF tier list from before, as well. So yeah, it might be a little cringe, not gonna lie. I'm still probably a little cringe because I'm not a veteran YouTuber, so deal with it. But yeah, check it out. Check out my channel. If you're new here, subscribe. All the things. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.